that happened some years ago in the Joma government. Okujato was the deputy minister for the tertiary, and then who else?
But Chris, don't you think that these people, their mandates are clearly different from those who are supposed to handle labor unrest?
So,
because if they are deputy ministers and when these issues come up, they relate to their bodies, the maybe union bodies, the NAGRA.
So the point is that,
but for
the
labor
point is that John Mahama
relations,
wants to say, John Mahama says, reducing the number of ministers. And in my opinion, I feel labor alone is not that much. The labor unrest is not so much of a problem like that.
You think so?
Oh yes. What is the problem for me is the job creation.
Yeah, the job creation is a very big problem.
So I am expecting us to look at how to manage the industries. So how they can collaborate with the Ministry of Trade and Industries rather.
But that is all part of the labor relations. So, Chris, I think, so finally, your final words on that, on the appointments of President John Dramani Mahama. There's one interesting one for me. Alhaji has been appointed as the CEO of National Lotteries Authority. It's a very good appointment. What do you think?
Well, you see, it's a very good appointment. This is where religion comes in conflict with job. So
Jab Media. We jabbing the world. Jab Media.
His competence in that area is the reason why he has been appointed there. But if religion says don't go there, and he feels like, okay, I want to follow my religion, then he will decline the appointment. And so far, I've not heard anything that he wants to decline the appointment.
No. He's been in the news and he's made his point very clear that he's willing to work and to serve his country, which I think we all should just give him that and wish him the best.
So that is between he and his God and his religion. Yes. Maybe the chief imam might call him and advise him. I don't know about it.
All right.
But in all, to run it up in all, in fact, the appointment for me so far has been good. And then I wish them well. All I am telling them now is that they shouldn't forget the little support people gave them when they were in opposition. They shouldn't forget Ghanaians who massively voted for them. Corruption is killing our country. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Chris. So, listeners will be expecting, drop your comments. We want to hear, what do you think of President John Dramani Mahama's appointment so far? Who do you think has excelled at the vetting? Share your views, and let's hear from you. Jab Media on Facebook, Jab Media on YouTube. Our second topic for the evening, Chris. I mean, it's been more than a month since we went to the general election, and the outcome of the election was, I mean, a big shock, especially for those in the New Patriotic Party. And ever since that happened, a lot of people have been talking. The party has set up a committee to investigate how come the party lost so badly from 169 seats in 2016 to 137, down to 88. It's really been a party that is on the downtrend. People have...
To cut you short, MPP knows the truth. In fact, MPP was already aware they were losing. They were already aware, we are losing, and they just went for it and say, okay, let's go and lose.
So is that to say there was no need to set up a committee?
No. They already know the problem, what the problem is about.
So there was no.
Can't you hear people are talking?
So let's feed in our listeners on that. What are people saying, and what do you think?
Okay, so listen. Today I heard Obri Yeboah.
Nana Obri Yeboah.
Yes, the former deputy general secretary. In fact, this man who was doing so much, for MPP was neglected. Okay, people like him were neglected. What do you expect? And you see, the truth was this: people were crying and saying things were getting worse. And MPP member will tell you free SHS. If you say we are hungry, free SHS. If you say petrol is going up, free SHS. You see, so Ghanaians will tell you, okay, no problem. Take your free SHS and we will take our votes. So this whole thing of blame game for the president, people have been blaming the president, as in the former president, for the woes of MPP. Well, it contributes parts though, but for me, it is just about 1% of it. You understand?
Yeah.
Because when things were getting worse, the members were complaining. And you rejected it. So I blame the elders of MPP, the party leaders. Those are the people I blame. Then this is the most part of it. This part of pay me for votes, for delegates,
Yes.
is the problem. So you see, in the community, we don't like this person. But you delegates have gone for that money from that person and voted that person. Who vote against that person?
Yeah.
You understand? Somebody was saying that we should expand the electoral college, and that is what is going to
It's going to reduce the monetary influence on the primary.
Exactly. But to be honest with you, expand the college, people will still give out money.
Because the college was actually expanded from the times of His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo. It was expanded, and this is the expanded version. And now money has found its way into it. So if you expand again, you can be sure. So you see, this issue of expanding the electoral college is something I've actually been thinking of. So if you say that if you expand, money will still play a role, then what else is going to be done? Because just like you rightly said, when the NPP makes the argument that when you look at the turnout, there are people who didn't come out to vote. And key amongst the reason we've been hearing is the neglect, just like you're saying. Top party people felt they were neglected. Those at the base also felt they were neglected. Then also, there's been stories of delegates who became rich overnight just to go and elect a parliamentary candidate. And people say, oh, fine. If you will become rich just to get a PC, then we'll show you that eventually we will make the person a member of parliament, and for that reason we will not go and vote. So if now expanding the electoral college is not the solution, then what is the solution?
Well, that would be another food for thought, where NPP has to go back to the drawing board, and that's what the committee has to work on.
That is where the committee comes in.
Because NDC did their committee stuff. What did the information do? What was the use of those information?
But the use
it was hidden in their room.
But the use of the information, can't you say, is what has given them the victory in the
true.
2024 election?
No. The victory of NDC was the arrogance of MPP.
No, but
see, I didn't see NDC doing so much in this election. I won't lie to you.
But
I didn't see any serious message. Like the way the Akufo-Addo came and said the economy, the free SHS. What was the message of NDC?
You see, we all agree that things were hard. So there was the tendency that the atmosphere was moving in the favor of the NDC. But that is also not to discount the work of the Professor Kwesi Botwe report, because a lot of reforms went into the NDC part. And see, me for one, I have always had the feeling that ever since the Professor Kwesi Botwe did their work, there's been this sense of belonging within the NDC that is not in the NPP.
It was only calmness that came in 2020. So the whole thing was that, okay, we've shown you the power. Now you've learned your lessons and you're coming back to us. We apologize. You understand? That was what happened. Did you get it in 2020? Yeah. That's what happened in 2020. In 2024, it was the MPP who handed over power to the NDC. They just said, we are our friends, take it. And they gave it to them for free. If you check every constituency, see, in Adenta constituency here, where we are, okay, there are roads that have not been done for so many years. 2 weeks to election, you are fixing roads. And in this digital age, you think we are fools? Excuse my words.
Yes.
You see, so Ghanaians who have seen that these days, it's not like the olden days where you say, oh, they contracted this and that. No, it won't work again. That Jerry John Rawlings 1992 tactics will not work again.
So now they say the Ghanaian voter is now sophisticated.
Thank you.
They know their left from their right, and certain things
and you giving us free SHS, that is good. You are educating us more. So you are getting more knowledge and you understand the things better. Now you are now appreciating what is happening on the ground. So when they come and tell us the truth, we know. When they come and lie to us, we know. We understand. We now appreciate the challenges on the ground more. So when people were complaining and saying things are getting hard, I was expecting them to come and say, oh, challenge is true. These are the major challenges we are facing. And this is the reason why. Let's work towards it. But you see, you were saying, me, I'm hungry. You are telling me, oh, you are NDC person. Challenge our fuel, oh, you are NDC. That's the problem.
That's actually.
So you just handed over power to NDC. I didn't really see the message of NDC so much. Apart from what they mentioned, we will take out e-levy, we will pay first year. That first year fee that we want to pay, for me, it is useless. It is useless because we all don't have money, we are in debt. And you are saying you want to
Chris, don't go into that. We would have. I mean, these are developing
that's
issues.
Why I said, that's why I said Haruna Edusu as a minister would have challenges in that area.
So back to the issue of the fall of the elephant. Now, my question is, do you see any way back for the MPP after this humiliating defeat? The party seems to be in disarray. Everybody is talking. I mean, there are certain top guys in the party who are saying we'll take our party back and all that. So my question is, I mean, rounding up on the topic, my question is, do you think or do you see any way back for the MPP in sight? And if there is any way, what do you think is the best thing the party should do?
Well, in fact, there's a very good opportunity for MPP in 2028. I won't lie to you. Why do I say that? In 2028, NDC is coming up with a new candidate who is not known yet. So marketing that person would be a challenge for the NDC. So MPP have an advantage, okay, to maintain a very good poster that would give them a better vote in 2028. If and only they can do the tactics of NDC, go back and apologize to the people, come back and apologize to Ghanaians and say, we are sorry. In fact, we are at fault. I won't lie to you. If Akufo-Addo comes out today and say, in fact, I am sorry, Ghanaians. I was wrong somewhere. I won't lie to you. Ghanaians are a very calm people, and then they will accept this apology and bring back the MPP again.
And in fact, a lot of people have been making that point that I should apologize. My final question. Does anything have to change in terms of the leader of the NPP?
Of course, so many things have to change. I feel, in fact, in my opinion, it should change almost all the leaders.
No, I was referring to the flag bearer. Do you think the NPP needs to change their flag bearer? That one is a yes or no question.
For me, no, they shouldn't change their flag bearer.
So you think the NPP should stick with Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia?
Yes. In fact, Kennedy Japan was a good candidate. But at this juncture, Bawumia has been marketed to a certain level. So I am foreseeing that if you bring back Ken, we are not now going to start from a very fresh point. So that will give NDC a very equilibrium opportunity to campaign. I hope you understand. But all the same, people might also argue that Bawumia failed Ghanaians in terms of the economy, and so when they bring him back, still people will complain about it.
But your point is that Bawumia is well marketed, and you think
that is my point.
Yeah, Chris, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, thank you so much. I believe you enjoyed the show this evening. That was the voice of my co-host, Mr. Christian, aka the Ordinary President. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for spending your time with us. And we'll join you next week. Once again, thank you to the production team, John Bafwewa, Gentle Guy Samuel Ifa, Don David Tete, Mr. Kwekulabi.
We jabbing